Welcome to my Flosstube channel, MJ Stitches 23. My name is Megan. Today is September 17th, 2025, and I've just gotten back from my very first cross-stitch retreat. It was a retreat in Oregon, put on by Acorns and Threads, and I was blown away. I was blown away by the experience, by just everything, and everyone was so nice and welcoming, and I had a blast, and it was phenomenal. So this episode is going to be all about my retreat and the things that I was stitching, and I'm doing it through my own eyes, because if a lot of you, if you know me, you'll know this, but if you don't, welcome. I am a newer stitcher and a newer flosstuber, but I'm really diving into this hobby. I just 2 feet jump off a cliff and dive in. It's been so much fun, but there are a lot of things that I'm still learning. So if you are a experienced stitcher, you might have a couple of laughs at me during this episode, because I'm going to share with you what happened at this retreat through my eyes, through my viewpoint as a newer stitcher. And it was wonderful, but I think you're gonna get a big kick out of some of these stories. So Carolyn Zook, many of you know her at Zook Stitch. She's also a flosstuber. She convinced me to do this retreat with her. And I signed up probably about 3-ish weeks before the retreat, maybe 4. And so I just was like, yes, I'm coming. So she did an amazing job hosting me. She was absolutely wonderful. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Carolyn, thank you so much. You're amazing. So I'm going to start off kind of from the beginning and just work my way through my journey of this retreat to the end, show you some stitching in between, and then at the end of the episode, I'm going to talk a bit about my British baking show cross-stitching project. There are no spoilers in this episode, and I will get to that at the end of this episode, how that's all going to work for those of you that are watching the show. So I just want to let you know right off the bat, no spoilers. But the majority of this Flosstube is going to be about the retreat, because I had so much fun. Okay, so starting with we'll start with my vacation in Michigan City. If you guys want to hear more about that, go see my previous episode. I posted a Flosstube while I was at the beach in Michigan City with my family on vacation. It was amazing. Showed you my stitching, and then as the episode goes on, I edited and put in a couple of photos from the vacation. And I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy those photos. It's my favorite place in the whole world, and I love going there. I grew up there. So yeah, go check out the episode if you want to hear more about Michigan City and Indiana. So from that trip, my husband and I boarded a plane to come home. We landed at about 10 p.m., unpacked, repacked, went to bed, and got up at 6 a.m. to head down to the retreat. Let's do this. So that's kind of where my head kind of was to start this process off. So when I arrived, and you guys, I was really excited to do this. I think leaving Michigan City makes me sad. I really love that place, but going to this retreat helped me stay excited. And so when I arrived, I was expecting about 25 to 35 people. I'm sure it was posted somewhere, but like I said, I kind of signed up to do this kind of last minute, was really worried about making my small and getting everything ready, trying to do some research on like what happens when you're there. So yeah, I had no idea. I walked in, there's 188 people. Wow. Talk about stimulation overload for me, which is in a positive way, because I'm seeing all these people that are excited to be at a retreat, and they all have stitching projects, and not only do I want to like sit down at my table and meet my table mates, but I'm like, well, what are you working on? What do you have in your bag? What's going on over here? I mean, it was like really cool. And all these people are excited, if not even more excited about cross stitch than I am, because I've been doing it for so long. So that was a shocker. I did not realize how many people were going to be there, all there for cross stitch. So we get there and they give us a really cool swag bag. This is okay, I was so excited. I had no idea we were getting like, oh, look at this project bag. It's massive. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna put in yet. I have a few ideas, but we'll figure it out. So they gave us this cute little zipper pull, Acorns and Threads. It has a little date on there of when we went. So this is really cool. And then, so we're at the tables. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to know what's in the swag bag, you know, as we're trying to meet everybody. They give you, we got some awesome threads from Pirate and Robin. Really cool. Like, the only thread I feel like I've ever worked with at this point was DMC. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't know what I'm gonna use this for, but I'm sure I'll find something. And so we just started opening up, looking at some of the stuff that was in the bag, and we're meeting all of our table mates and we're sharing. So sometimes, I guess I shouldn't say sometimes, I don't know, this was my first one, but everyone at my table brought a little gift to share. So I was really excited that I had, you know, I made my own little needle minders and had little acorn stickers to share with everybody. And so then I started getting all these presents from my table mates. And I was like, this is so exciting. Look at all this new stuff. So I sat at a Carolyn, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm getting excited. Okay, you guys, get your little mugs. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking. I'll try not to get too excited. This is supposed to be calm. While you're stitching, you can just enjoy my excitement. So I sat at a table with Carolyn Zook and Amanda. We met Amanda in line. I guess, you know, the people that you kind of meet in line, you kind of just walk into the room at the same time and you get a table together. And we found a table where Jen and Janet were sitting at, and then Susan came and joined us later. Super fun. So we had our table of 7. And so I got, you know, one of these really cool bags. There's a little needle minder book in there, which is super cool. I have some scissors were in there, which they're over there, but I know I have things everywhere. And then we got another cute little bag with some little buttons and beads and thread in there. Just these cute little, they're so cute. Okay, so here's one of the things you guys will laugh about. I pulled this out and I was like, oh my gosh, bubbles! This is so exciting! And then I realized, oh wait, that's not, that one, like, oh, is this for like, you know, for like keeping your eyelashes? I'm like, that's kind of cool. And Carolyn just looks at me and she goes, that's a thread cleaner? I'm like, huh, or whatever the word is. I was like, what? She goes, yeah, it's for like, if you have to unstitch something for like cleaning off your fabric. Now, I didn't know that. I was like, this is, which of course I actually had to use this while we were there, which I will share with you later on in this episode. So yeah, I got my bubble eyebrow cleaner, fabric cleaner. This was really cool. And then as we're sitting there, people start coming around and just like plopping down gifts, like from other tables. Like this person, happy stitching from Jill at Stitch and Books. And look, we got some like really cool little thread drops, bobbins, whatever these call out, bobbins. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then someone else comes by and she's like, hey, you know, I got you these like cute little alcohol wipes. Yes, I also took somebody else's because what did we have to clean up with it? Oh, it was sticky. One of the charts I got was like super sticky from somebody else, like not one of the artists. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna use one of these and clean off the chart, and that's gonna be great. So, oh, here's some of my scissors. I'm like, this is so, you guys, I don't have scissors. I should be showing you what the scissors are that I'm using. Pause. I'm going to show you because you're gonna laugh. Okay, these, probably that I've had since second grade, are the scissors that I've been using. And so when Jen at my table found that out, she goes, oh, honey, so she runs up to her room to get me another pair of actual like cross-stitching scissors. So I'm really excited because now I have 2 official pairs at the start of this. I think I now have 3 officially, but I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So that is super cool. Then we got, let's see. Oh, this was another cute little gift that we got, you know, it has little tissues in there. I mean, it's just getting all of these things. And then people start coming while we're like meeting everyone, and they're like, oh, hey, so they're bringing like table gifts. So, you know, like not table gifts, like gifts like for every single person. So like I got like, you know, these really cool pins. Like look at these. They're so cool. And oh, this was another one of my table gifts. But okay, so I'm so excited about getting all these pins, and I'm looking at my table, and I go to Carolyn, I'm like, so what are these for? I have no idea. I'm like, what do I do with them? She goes, well, they're cool like this, but they're really good for counting squares, which I've definitely, actually, I even did that there, because when I count and then I pin, I use these to pin my spots so I can measure fabric to figure out where to start stitching. You know, or she said, oh yeah, or you can put them in your projects when they're finished. You know, if like this one, for instance, is a Halloween, so this would be really cool in like a Halloween piece finish. Anyway, so I'm really excited because now I have 4 of these. Yay! So meanwhile, during all of this, I'm just looking, I mean, it's like my brain is on drugs that I don't want to mention on Flosstube. But I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool to see everything. And I just want to go look and see everybody's projects and see what everyone has at their table. The table setups are crazy. Just really, really cool things. So it was very overwhelming, but in a good way. The other thing that I got, oh my gosh, you guys. So this came with the kit, the project bag kit. I'm going to show you this. This is what it is. I'm like, oh, this is so cool, right? And I'm opening it up like this, and I'm like, there's this zipper, and the zipper goes both ways. I'm like, well, that's interesting. I mean, well, okay, that's, you know, and then I'm like looking for pockets. There's no pockets. I'm like, well, what? And then someone at my table was like, you know, you snap these together, right? What? What is this? What? No way. And this then becomes like your little, it became my catch-all, right? So I snapped this all into place. Oh my gosh, look at this. And then all of my little, you know, things just kind of grew in here. I just put all my stuff in there. And then really, this is actually, I found out later that you're supposed to, like, you can put a smaller project in there, and then it keeps it really nice if you do need to unsnap it and fold it up for like traveling. Like, this is so freaking cool. So that was awesome. That became my catch-all. Okay, so before we get to the artists, this was another thing. Everybody gets a name tag. I'm like, oh, this is so cool, right? So you little there you go. You have your name tag. And then, I don't know why I just did that, because now I'm going to take it off and show you. For every Acorns and Threads retreat you go to, they get you a little charm. And then, you know, you have the year on there. And so everybody that keeps coming back to these retreats, you know, has all their charms on there. So you can really see how many times people have come, or, you know, if they're new like me, or if they've been there forever. And so as I'm meeting people, one of these ladies, I kind of see her talking to someone, and she has like this filled with tons and tons of charms. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I kind of made my way over there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, you must have been here a ton, because you have like all the charms ever. And she kind of made a joke that, yeah, she had. And then she just kind of looks at me and she goes, oh, and then I didn't realize that she's the lady that runs Acorns and Threads Retreat. I just thought she was somebody that, like, you know, was like me, that had come for the retreat. Oh my gosh. So we were laughing about that, because I just am so new to this. I just had no idea. So probably a little embarrassing, but, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, she seems so cool. I want to meet her and see what her story is. Okay, so projects. So hang on. First, I'm going to talk about, before I get to that, I'm going to talk about the projects, not the projects, the artists. So our first artist that I'm going to talk about is Gigi and her husband. Her husband also definitely needs a mention. From the Artsy Housewife. Okay, so let's back up a second. I am familiar with some cross-stitch artists, but I'm nowhere near knowing anything about anybody. I mean, I just kind of like, oh, this project looks cool, I want to try that. Or this one looks like something I'd be interested in. So when I signed up for this retreat, I did not know anything about the artists that were coming. Nor did I really do much research, because for me, as a newer stitcher, coming to the retreat wasn't about the artists themselves and seeing their work. It was really about connecting with people and meeting people that love to do what I do, and sharing that experience and time together. So being able to meet and listen to these artists and them talk about their craft and their passion was just on a whole nother level that I wasn't expecting. I don't know if I mean, I guess that's part of what you do, but I just wasn't expecting to enjoy it, I guess, as much as I did. So she and her husband came up, and, you know, we're talking about I'm gonna pull out this bag. Kind of their experience and how they came into this. And what really resonated with me about Gigi is that she started off as an oil painter before she did cross stitch, which I think is so cool, because that's what I did. Like, I started oil painting when I was 1990s. Hang on, I gotta do this in math. 9. Yeah, I was 9 when I did my very first oil painting. So, and I grew up on that because my grandma went to an oil painting class, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, I want to go. As a, you know, little girl, my parents were like, yeah, I'll take her. And then when I came back with my painting, they were like, oh, we think this girl might have some talent. So I'm more like doing nature scenes. Gigi's really good at animals. I know she does a lot more other things, but again, this is me just meeting her, so I'm sure many of you out there know much more about her than I do. But it was so cool to hear her story and how she kind of got into cross stitch and design. So the retreat gave us 2 of her projects that she created for this retreat. I'm going to be careful how I say this because I don't want to mess this up for you guys. So I've learned that the projects the artists create for the people that go to the retreats are usually not going to be released to the public for a year, is how I understood that. I think both Gigi and the other artist, which I'll mention here in a minute, have some different rules. So I'm not exactly sure when these are going to be released, and I don't want to mess that up for you guys, but just know I don't think these are actually released yet. So these are two of the, I'm going to show you them at the same time because they're just so cool. They kind of use the same color palette. There's the smaller design and then the larger design. And it was really cool to see them both stitched there in person. And you can tell that, like, I mean, this, because of, here, I guess I have to show you closer. You can really see that that comes from a painting, right? I mean, at least the idea of it. Maybe that's just an artist thing. I don't know, but it's very realistic, and all the colors that were chosen to put into that bird, it just looks like it was from a painting. And I absolutely love this border. It's just really cool. Oh, sorry, I guess I should tell you. This is called Brambling Hill. I think that comes out unless it's backwards on the camera. And then this one is called By Moonlight. So here's what this one looks like too. So super cool. Really cool to chat with her and also then listen to her mini presentation about her craft. I did decide to start Brambling Hill because I just love this. And okay, this, I don't even know how to start this and to tell you my experience. This happened, sorry, I'm kind of doing this backwards. This happened towards the end of the retreat is when I started this project. So we'll kind of leave it there. But these are all the colors that it came with. Really, really beautiful color palette that she chose. And they're all Weeks Dye Works. They're overdyed fibers. And they have all the names of those. Really freaking cool. So this one is stitched on a fabric. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this because I've never stitched on this before. I think it's some type of linen. It probably says in here. Hold up. Fabric count. Gray by Weeks. Oh, so it's, I don't know, it's a linen. Yes, so it is linen. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It is 36 count linen. I have never stitched on anything larger than really I'm an Aida stitcher, right, you guys, because I'm new. So I stitch a lot on Aida. I think I've started a 22 count Aida project. I did start the dragon on Lugana, but that was 28 count. This is 36 count. I didn't even think about it when I started. I'm like, well, I don't even know. And let me tell you, I swore so many times when I was starting this project. I'm like, I'm never stitching on this again. This is horrible. I was really mad because I really like this design, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I started really freaking out, and I was like actually not having fun. I'm like, this is not fun. How do people do 40 count? How do you, or even more than that? It was just crazy. Oh, pause. I totally forgot one more thing that I have to bring in at this time. I'm gonna go get it. Okay. I already put this in my jewelry box because it means so much to me, and then I forgot about it for this Flosstube. So I just went and got it. This was another table gift from Amanda. Can't believe I forgot to show you at the beginning of this video. When we were exchanging table gifts, she gave each one of us a necklace that I wore all weekend, and it is a crossed, I'm trying to put, no, that's blurry. Let's see. Maybe like that. She made this I don't know if you can see how tiny these squares are. Okay, so let's go back to that moment. When I first got this, I'm looking at how tiny these stitches are, and I'm like, wow, like that's really, really small. And I'm like, that's really, you know, it's really cool. I've just never seen anything this small before. I think she said this is 56 count. Sorry, Amanda, I'm gonna have to text you because I don't remember. But anyway, so when I first got this, I want you to understand, I thought it was awesome, right? Award weekend, it was great. By the time I got to this project at the end of the weekend, because that's when I started this, and I am cussing about stitching on, oh, sorry, I didn't even get to show you what this here. I will show you this. Here's what I did. Oh, I got this cute little Acorns and Threads needle minder. So this is what I did. I can't see what I'm doing if I don't. Okay, I'll do it like this. So these are my tiny, tiny stitches. I'm so proud of this. I started in that top corner. So when I was stitching this, getting so frustrated because I had to keep restitching and then unstitching and then restitching, I think this portion right here, just the top, that top color, this color right here, probably took me an entire hour because I had to keep redoing it because I kept messing up and it was driving me nuts. So that is when I really came to understand how difficult and how much work and focus and concentration goes into this. Like, I had so much more appreciation, Amanda, for what you made for us. And for all of you out there that have ever stitched on or do stitch on these insanely small count fabrics. You guys are my heroes. Like, I don't even know what to say. This is just amazing. So after a while, Carolyn finally let me use her light. There's a lot of stitchers out there that have these really cool lights. And I just thought the light helped if your eyesight needed assistance. Well, I mean, yes, but no. I'm like, what? Oh, this is awful. So I needed a light to stitch on this and to actually see what I was doing. Once I got into it, I'm like, okay, I can do this. This is getting more fun. Because at first, it was not fun. It was very upsetting. And it was so frustrating. And I hope, Gigi, this means nothing against your designs. The designs are great. I'm just new and I need to learn to do this. And so I'm really proud of myself because I did. I'm doing okay. So, but I also learned how you need a super taut hoop. That will help a lot. So I'm really excited because now I feel like I can actually finish. Well, not finish. Well, yes, finish, but also like work on this and actually enjoy it and really see this come to life. Okay, so that is, so here's one of my new starts. I didn't even tell you, this is, so this now makes it into the whip pile, and I will probably be investing in a light soon because, or I don't know, I'll have to look around and see what I can find around the house. I'll just kind of see. I haven't stitched on it at home yet because I wanted to show you my progress from the retreat. Okay, so another artist that came, the second artist that came was Christa West from Avlia. And her presentation was also super cool. I really enjoyed listening to how she comes up with her ideas to stitch her patterns, right? So she has a different like aesthetic stitching than Gigi does. She's really big into folk embroidery, and she traveled to Greece. Okay, if I butcher this story, I'm really sorry, but this is what I heard Krista. So, and if anyone else, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But this is what I really enjoyed. So she traveled to Greece, and she went to some small town over there, and the residents that are living there all had a lot of their ancestors, like you know, clothing, costumes, and was really worried that a lot of that would get lost. So they got together and created a museum in their town where they could then give all their textiles and things from their ancestors too, so that people could go and see it and keep all of that alive. So she got a lot of her ideas for these projects from there, which I find absolutely fascinating. And just the way that she was talking about a lot of her travels. Many of us were like, oh my gosh, we need to go on a tour, Krista, that you create so we can learn things and you can just guide us around as you're doing your own research and we can just follow along like little, you know, flies on the wall. It'd be really cool. Anyway, so this was her bag. And I did hear that if you color this with crayons and then iron it with paper, it'll like set the design in. I'm really excited to kind of try that. So one of these episodes, I'm sure you're kind of going to see me messing with that because I just think that's cool. Okay, so her designs, she also gave us 2 designs. And again, the first one I know for sure won't be out, that I'm going to show you, won't be out for a year. The second one might come out this fall, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%. You guys, there's so much in my brain from this whole experience that I'm sure I'm trying not to misrepresent anything, but I might have forgotten some things. So, so this was her first piece that she showed us. This is pretty big, and we got all the floss and the fabric in there. So this was part of the designs that she had like garnished for her ideas for from the Greece museum that she went to. So super cool. Very intricate. I haven't started this one yet because I chose to start this other one because I just thought it was darling. Oh, sorry. So this one's called, Arachova. How did she pronounce that? That might be the town in Greece that I was talking about. I just answered my own question. Okay, so that's what that's going to be called. So the title of this piece is actually the town that she did all of her research in. Yay! So when that comes out, you guys will know exactly kind of what that is. This one's called Little Leaves, this second piece. And this is just awesome. It's like a cute little table runner, which is exactly what I'm going to make it for. I would love to finish this for like my tea party next year that I host in the spring. Anyway, so I'm going to show you okay, so this came with, okay, you guys, because I get so excited about things like this, these really cool floss drops with this little, keychain. And I've never used floss drops before, and I've decided that I absolutely love them. Like, this is in a project because I'm having this problem. Sorry, I'm spaghettiing everywhere. So pause on this. I will show you my progress here with this in a minute. But spaghetti, I'm finding that when I have all my DMCs, if I pull a color for a project, then when I go back into my DMC kit, it's not there anymore. And when I want to pull it for another project, I'm like, I don't know where it is. So Carolyn did help me with that. She showed me how she does it. So I do want to design some sort of similar way to that when I pull up a master sheet, I can see what project it's in. I mean, I could just keep buying more thread, but like, oh, you guys, I'd rather come to retreats than I want to do more. So anyway, so these drops were cool because then you take some and you already pre-cut, you know, Carolyn taught me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I learned so much. Carolyn, you are amazing, super enabler, and you and Amanda was at the table too, taught me a bunch on so many things. So like how to put all the thread in here and then cut it a specific, you know, spot to make them a length that you want to stitch on. Like I didn't even know how to do that. I mean, I'm sure I could have figured it out, but not in the way that really works like this. So that was really cool. So the piece that I started, oh, and of course it came with a needle minder too, and ta-da, here we are. So I'm really excited. So here's the little size. And yes, I know it looks crooked. We were talking about that. I think it's just the way that the fabric was cut. But when we finish, when it gets finished, it's gonna be even. So it's just like that for right now. This, if you can kind of see, so it's really cool because same color palette as the first one, and you just do rows of different colors, and then I've started, you know, here on the flower. So again, I needed a lot of help trying to figure out where to start. Starting pieces at a retreat, for those of you that are new, is super helpful because you have everyone there around to help. And if you are an experienced stitcher and a new stitcher asks you for help measuring, it doesn't always mean that, I don't want anyone to think that, like, I guess I'm speaking for new stitchers. It's not that I'm lazy. I'm like, I don't know how am I supposed to do this? You know, I really want to make sure I get it correct. So I hope you guys know that. Let's just put that out there. And my table, I don't think anyone at my table thought that. I'm just saying, like, I really appreciated all the help that they gave me because once I got started, I was like, okay, I can stitch on and do this. But getting started, it's hard to try to figure out. I mean, I guess I could always do a middle start, but there's a reason why I wanted to start it at the top, and I don't remember what it was, but I had a reason at the table. I don't remember, but anyway, so yeah, so really excited about that start. This material, oh, I forgot to talk about material for these. I don't even know. What's the size? Oh, it's 30 count. It is a 100% cotton, 30 count bikini in ivory. Bikini. Anybody know what that is? I think that's this. I don't know. I think that's what this is. I've never even heard of it. But anyway, I really like this fabric because it's soft, but it's plasticky. I know that doesn't make sense, but like you can see the holes. You can really see where you're going to stitch, and it looks plasticky, but it's, that's the best way I can describe it. I don't know. So but I really think this is really, really cool. So I'm excited to do more on that. And again, meeting Krista and talking with her, I mean, just super friendly, super welcoming. Just both of these artists were very encouraging to everybody, and just it was a great time. Like really, really cool. That was more than I expected to feel about these artists coming in. I'm gonna be honest. Not that I didn't think it was gonna be cool, but I just was like, okay, I don't know these people. Like, this is gonna be fun. Let's see what's going on. And I just really, really enjoyed this. Okay, so the activities planned for this retreat is called a smalls exchange. So if you don't know what that is, basically you stitch a small piece of cross stitch and you fully finish it to be given away to someone as a gift. And everybody does that, and then they have like an exchange, lottery, raffle, however you want to call it. So the piece that I got, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, was actually from someone named Kathy. She was sitting right behind me at my table. And so it was really cool to actually meet her because I came up, she's like, oh my gosh, that's what I made. So we got to take a photo together. And it was just really cool to actually meet someone who had made what I brought. I didn't get to meet the person that got mine. I did post a photo on the Acorns and Threads Facebook group. I think almost up to 100 people liked it, but nobody really responded. So I'm not sure who got my gift. I would have loved to have taken a picture with them, but that's okay. I hope whoever got it really loved it. Anyway, so the piece that she stitched and then fully finished for me is a pillow. Look, it's a Halloween pillow with this adorable kitty. My husband loves cats. We are going to be getting some cats in our future, probably not very soon, but eventually it's going to happen. Don't worry. I'm sure I'll let you know once we do. And it's all Halloween-y. So cute. Oops, sorry, I almost hit myself, and I guess it's just a pillow. Won't hurt me that much. Anyways, so I thought she did a really, really good job. I know she said she's like, oh, she found someone to help her finishing and was worried that it didn't look spectacular. I think it looks amazing. I'm so excited. So that will go on the couch for my Halloween decorations. It's just so cute and adorable, and I just thought it was perfect for this. So thank you so much for making this for me, that you didn't know was for me, but I'm really glad I got it. So thank you again. And it's just adorable. That's definitely going on the couch, especially because Halloween is right here on the season, and I really like decorating for seasons. So other stitching, I'm going to talk about the stitching that I did there like on my own. So I'm going to go backwards a little bit and talk about what I had stitched on before these artists kind of came in to do their chats. So I've got two pieces that I worked on to show you. Okay, the first piece I'm going to show you is from the Facebook group 100 Days of Cross Stitch, put on by MJ Blanco. And she releases a bit of the pattern every day, so we don't know what it's going to be of, but she's going to have basically 100 days worth of releases. This started on September 1st. So here's where I am. So this I also brought on vacation, so I just also brought it to the retreat. And today, what did I say today? What is today? Hang on, just September 17th. So this is through day 16. I haven't done, this is for today's. I haven't done today's yet. But I really, really love where this is. This is on Aida. It is 16 count Aida. I did hand dye this myself, which is something I showed you guys. I think it was in my second floss tube that I made on all the dye got really into dyeing Aida fabric. So this is a piece from that batch from the episode that I showed you. And I first picked a lime green, not a lime, it was like a teal green. I showed you that in the Michigan City floss tube. So that was floss tube number 5. Unstitched it, I didn't like it. So if you kind of want to see that process, you can go back to that floss tube. But this is the color now that I chose, and I really love, you can really see the design start to pop. So I don't know what this is going to be, but I know that it's going to be finished in December, I think is, well, I counted up the days. I was like, when is this finished? So I'm wondering, I mean, it kind of looks like this is a snowflake. So I'm wondering if this is like a church or maybe it's just a design, but it looks like holiday-y kind of. Like a stained glass window, maybe? I don't know. Whatever it is, even if it's just a design, I think it's really freaking cool. So, yep, you will definitely see, I'm trying to stick with that every day, so you'll see more progress on that day to day, like in my next floss tube. So then I get up and I'm like, okay, I did some of this stitching, so I want to get up and I'd go start to take a break and chat with everybody, meet some people, walk around, see what they're stitching on, and then I come back and there's things on my chair. People just leave presents. I'm like, more presents. Ah, this is so exciting. So then, you know, I come back and I find, like this. I don't know who gave this to me, but whoever you are, thank you. It's this little, like, looks like a zipper. I'm going to use it as a zipper pull. It has 2025 Pacific Northwest Stitching Summit. So cool. So that gets left on my little thing. I've got, I feel like I got this cute little sunflower. Look, you can see my fall. Oh, you guys, I'm finally ready for fall. My fall needle minder. I call it fall. I know it's a sunflower. It's probably for summer, but sunflowers usually come up late summer, so we're gonna count that as fall. Really freaking cool. And then okay, so as I'm at the table stitching, I'm asking my table mates, hey guys, where do you put your threads that you cut off, like, and you're done with, like the, you know, the little ends? Because normally I have a cup like here at home that I just toss them into, and we all just know that don't drink out of that cup, you know, it's a drink the floss cup. And so they were like, oh, you need I don't remember what the word is, you guys, I'm sorry, a blah blah blah. So they were showing me what they have to use. I'm like, oh. So then, of course, one of my table mates, so cute, was like, here, this, you can have this. So this is what they gave me, right? So cool. I was really, really excited. It looks awesome, especially for Halloween and fall coming up. And so I'm sitting there, and after like a couple hours, Carolyn leans over and she goes, dude, why aren't you using this? Like, what do you mean? I am. I was putting, I mean, it's so pretty, right? So I'm putting all the flosses on here like this. She was like, what are you doing? No. You put it like this so that the flosses stick. I had no idea. She was laughing at me. She's like, oh my God, she's like, I get it, you're new, but I just, you know, like, she's like, I forgot that you like don't know things like this. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I thought that this was like, you know, to put like, to make sure it like didn't rub on the table or something. So now I learned how to use one of these. So anyway, as they're all laughing at me, Jen finally goes up and gives me, oh my gosh, Jen's probably just like having a cow, I'm sure. So she goes, okay, here, so she gave me one of these, and it's kind of like a, you know, a mini one of the things I talked about, and you're supposed to put your threads now in here. So this has been both of these actually have been super helpful. And it was really, it's such a nice little container to have on your stitching spot to like put your threads into. Oh my God. So yeah, anyway, so that was really, yay, things that I don't know, that, you know, it's just funny that I don't know. So then I got, you know, as I'm chatting with people, I get more presents. Like I got a couple of these, you know, eyebrow fixers. I'm kidding. I know they're now for floss, mistakes for frogging. So I'm very excited because I definitely can use more of those. I got, like, somebody just dropped off this really cool zipper pull that they made. Awesome. I don't have any zipper pulls other than, you know, the ones that I just got on here. So I'm like, awesome. Yep, I will use that. Got a couple cute little like charms, another really cool needle minder. I mean, it's just, I don't even know who to thank because they just get like dropped on my chair. It's so cool. Like, you guys, all of you that go to these retreats that do this stuff, bless you, because like I need all these things. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to share with you my other project that I was stitching on before I tell you another funny story about this. For you experienced stitchers, it'll if you're new, if you're new, I hope you don't know, because then I won't feel so bad. But anyway, so my other project that I worked on while there is called Indiana Dunes, and this one I started for my Michigan City trip because it is of the beach of Michigan City. So if you want to see the start of that, I'm not going to post a picture in here because I will never find this when I go to post this video. go watch my Michigan City Flosstube, so you'll get to see the start. But here is where I am now. I'm so excited. I love this so much. I am pushing hard for a finish for this. This one is also, I'm using for magazine monthly challenges. It's a Facebook group, AB Singo. And I'm still not caught up quite, but on the bingo board, you put all of your letters, and then you also have to put numbers 1 through 9. And so the way that I'm doing this project, I put this piece is being used for that entire bingo board. So each letter, like A, I find something A that has to do with Michigan City, like A was for owls, B is for beach. And then the numbers I'm using like 1, so I have the reasons for all the numbers. So like 4 is there are 4 restaurants that we frequent a lot in Michigan City. That is Hacienda, Swing Bellies, Galveston's, and Redemax. So I find ways to make all the numbers work, and then I stitch like 4, so for the call of 4, I will stitch 400 stitches. For 7, I'll stitch 700 stitches. So today's call was 4, so I got my 400 stitches in here today. I worked on this area, and I'm still waiting for the call to see what tomorrow's gonna be. So I do have some letters still to catch up on from vacation, and from the days that I didn't stitch on this during the retreat, but really excited about this. We're about halfway through the month right now, and I am almost halfway done with this, almost. So I was hoping for a finish by the end of this month. Might get there. Well, let's see. If number 9's called, hint, hint, wink, wink, then I'll have to do 900 stitches. So Carolyn, maybe you can tell your little spinny wheel that just put 9 on there a few more times for me, right? Okay, so really loving this. It also just has so many good memories for me. Happy memories at the beach there. I'm seeing at the beach, yes, but also just, that's the place where I grew up and spent a lot of my summers with my family. I have a lot of childhood memories there. And every time we go back, I get new memories and to build on with my old ones. So it's a combination of reminiscing on those older memories, but also going and creating new ones, especially like with my husband, my cousin and her husband now. That was his first time coming. Really cool. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked from the Stitchy Retreat. So I'm gonna put this away, but really excited about that. And now I will tell you my story. So someone else came to the table. Was this Carla? Carla, was this you? I think you did. And you brought another cool treat bag. And I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? So I got more scissors. If this wasn't you, Carla, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, so more scissors. Yay, super excited. Super cute, right? To put all I now know what this is for. It's not for needles, really. It's for these cute little pins. So that's exciting. And then I got these things. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, right? Because like you put them on your fingers, like, you know, to help when you're stitching so it doesn't like hurt you. And she's just looking at me like, I'm like, right? She's like, well, no, those go on your projects that you're stitching, like over your Q-snap to hold the extra fabric. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's so, I actually really need these. Had no idea. Totally thought it was for like helping like not get blisters while stitching. Like, so super excited about these because I have been using, I'm looking at them right now. Binder clips. Didn't even know these existed. Didn't even know. See, this is why you need to go to retreat. You'll learn all kinds of things. So that was super cool. And then I pulled this out and I just looked at her and she goes, that's a needle threader. I don't know what this is. I'm like, oh, is it for like trying to get into the holes in your like project? No. Anyway, I shouldn't even probably tell you guys what I think these things are for, because you're just gonna laugh at me. And I feel kind of silly, but I don't know. Like, these are all new things. So excited. I mean, I got so much new stuff. I'm so excited. So, really fun. Met so many great people. So many nice, encouraging, welcoming people. Like, you guys, you're like, all of you guys are awesome, and a lot of you are very patient with me and learning. Like, you know, again, I come back and like somebody has left this ribbon on my, like a finishing ribbon on my chair. Here's another one. I'm like, it's just, the generosity was so amazing. And I hope you, if you're an experienced stitcher, you realize how much this means to me as a newbie. I mean, I'm just blown away by everybody's friendliness and generosity and help, and it was amazing. So amazing that I already signed up for another retreat. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go with Amanda, and I will tell you, I'm not gonna tell you yet because I have more things to talk about, but don't worry, maybe that'll help keep you wanting to watch me. Okay, so from here, I don't even know how long this video is, you guys, because I keep pausing it. So sorry if this is really long, but I am going to talk next. I'm going to talk about stash, because I'm not going to show you stash on this video. Not stash. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is stash. It's haul. That's what it is. It's haul. That's the word I'm looking for. Haul. I'm going to talk to you about haul. There is a freebie table at this retreat where you can bring things that either you've already stitched or no longer need, or you thought you wanted them but you didn't. It's just things to give away, right? Out of the goodness of your heart. So I brought a few things for this. Not many, because I'm new, but I made sure I had some things because I'm like, cool, I might find something that I want to do, and here are some things that I think other people might like. There, you guys brought so much. Like, people were bringing in bags of just stuff from their stash to get rid of. And everyone was saying, oh my gosh, I brought all these bags, but I'm only taking a few things. Isn't that so cool? And I'm like, no, what? I'm the opposite. I'm bringing a few small things, and I'm like, I want everything. So I raised my hand. I was definitely the person that went to the stash table eventually and was like, oh my God, there's so much good stuff that I want to stitch here. And Carolyn was making fun of me again. Carolyn, I wonder why. Because I came into her house with a backpack and a bag for my stitching. That was it, right? Because I just come from Michigan City, didn't have that much time to like repack things. And so I'm like, yep, I got a backpack and a bag. I think I left her house with like 6 bags. And I'm like asking, I'm like, do you have another bag, like a paper bag I can use? So I'm so excited. And yes, of course, we did go to Acorns and Threads, and I bought things there, and I have things to share because I'm just, so I think what I'm going to do is on another episode, might even be 2. I hope not 3. That's going to be a lot. Is I'm going to show you some haul. I know some people like to see haul, some people don't like seeing haul. So I think I'm going to make that some side videos, just showing you my haul and my future plans. So if you want like sneak peeks of what I'm going to work on, you can watch those. And for me, it's really exciting to talk about haul because I'm a new stitcher. And so all the things are new and I get really excited about it. So I think I'm going to make each of those videos between 20-30 minutes and then stop. And then if I have more stuff, I'll do more on another video. Because I'm really excited to show you a lot of what I got at Acorns and Threads and from the freebie table and from House of Stitches in Indiana that I haven't even showed you about that either. So that's my plan for haul. Okay, so that brings us to the end of my episode, and the end of the stitch retreat. So now I'm back at home, and I want to talk to you guys about my next project that you're going to be seeing a lot of work on, which is this one. It's called Secret Ingredient by Sue Hill's Designs. Is it Sue? I think I struggled with that last time. Designs. So no spoilers in this episode, but I'm going to explain, I already explained my game and how I'm going to do it, right? Each person's going to get one of these motifs. But what I wanted to share with you was how I started I started each one of these motifs with a thread so that I know where I am. So instead of trying to explain this to you, I'm just going to show you. But it doesn't ruin anything if you're watching the show. So this is what I did. I know it doesn't look great. So I'm stitching this on Aida, and I got this fabric at House of Stitches, cut for this project. And so because it's Aida, and yes, you guys, I use these to like count and figure this out. Okay, so like, right, new stitcher, I'm using my tools, trying to be a good cross stitcher. So I threaded the lines. So here's my grid. So I counted in 30, 50, 80, and 100. And the reason why I did that is because that's where a lot of these projects will start. Okay, so I know I did it in weird ways. And then on the same thing on the side, I did 30, 70, 100, and 118. So 30, 70, 100, and then 118, 118 stitches is the bottom line. And then so there are 12 threads here that are hanging that I've already put in to match the 12 contestants. Each thread is for a contestant and for each section of this, right? So two episodes have been released so far. So I have some catching up to do. So if somebody wins Star Baker for the week, I will stitch 20 stitches on their motif. If somebody wins the technical challenge, I explained this a little bit better in a little more fully in my previous Flosstube at the beach. Technical winner, 10 stitches, handshake, 50 stitches, and then once they're eliminated, I will fully stitch their whole section. So I am behind, but I will be catching up. So when I talk about this on my next Flosstube, for those of you that are watching the baking show also and are participating, I am going to do this section at the end of my videos, and I'm going to tell you, before I show anything, what episode I've watched to talk about, so that if you want to watch to see what I've done but don't want spoilers, then you'll know exactly where I am in the show. So like next week I might say, okay guys, I've watched week 1. So then I will hold this up and I will show you week 1. So you'll then be able to see who was Star Baker, who was eliminated, and who won the technical, if anybody got a handshake, etc. So hopefully that will help. If any of you are watching the show, not to ruin it for you. So I'll be very specific. I'll say I'm talking about the Great British Baking Show piece, and I have watched through week 1. I think week 1 is supposed to be cake week, right? And so you'll know, if you've seen that, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool, I can see it, I want to watch. And if you're like, oh my god, I haven't watched that episode yet, then just skip that section or come back to it and watch it once you've finished, so that we can kind of keep up together and see what we're both working on for that week. Or if you don't have a Flosstube and you just are watching the show but you don't want me to ruin it for you, then make sure you know what episode I'm on and what episode you're on before watching the section that I post. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that makes everybody feel a little bit better about watching this, about my Flosstubes, if you also watch the British Baking Show, knowing that I won't give anything away without absolutely telling you first everything that I'm going to be ruining for you at that moment. But my plan is to catch up. But I am assuming, I mean, another episode, I think it's episode 3, comes out on Friday. My next, I think I've got 7 girlfriends coming in from all across the country coming to visit. So I won't be up to date on my next Flosstube, just letting you know. But I will hopefully have gotten some work done that I can show you maybe a week 1. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing in my excitement about cross stitch, and thank you for making fun of me, maybe not to my face, about all these things that I'm discovering about tools and cross stitch and high count fabrics and all this crazy things that I'm just diving right into. Very excited, and I will see you very, very shortly. Bye. Oh, I almost forgot about my sign off because I got so excited with my retreat information. Okay, so your sign off for today. Don't forget to do something for yourself. Let me repeat. Do something for yourself. Go sign up for that cross stitch retreat. You know you want to. It's super fun. Everybody's really welcoming. Even me as a new stitcher felt just really embraced and even more enabled to do more things and stitch more things. And I hope that someday I will be able to kind of keep passing that along. Next time I record, I will be doing my giveaway. So you still have time to go check out my episode 4. And if you want the giveaway there, and then next week I will pick a winner. So, because that was one of the things that I had made for this retreat. So I feel like this is a good chance to like kind of see everything that happened. If you want, it was part of my table gifts for everybody, and I made an extra one for Flosstube. So if you want to see what I made, and if you are interested, then go check out Flosstube 4, and I will pick a winner next week. Okay, bye! Sorry. Oh, my face. My face.